Hi, boys and girls, good morning. This is Miss M, and I decided that today I'm going to do a tutorial on different kinds of art mediums, and I've used some common ones, some common art mediums that you guys have access to most likely at home. And probably besides pencil, I did a pencil video quite a few weeks ago, and I've been meaning to do other videos, but I'm trying to do different things, and didn't happen. Maybe I'll do some over the summer, but I want to talk about crayons. And crayons, besides pencils, probably the next most common art supply is crayons. They're easy to get. You can go to the dollar store and get them. I don't recommend dollar store crayons. They have a lot of junk in them. Art supplies are valued basically by how much pigment is in an art supply. That's what gives art supplies color. So I have a variety of crayons. These were a gift from years and years ago, and they have been loved a lot. These are artsy crayons. They're kind of expensive. They were at the time. That's why it was a gift. You have your run-of-the-mill Crayola crayons. I recommend these. They are affordable. They give really great color, and they come in a variety. So because I'm an art teacher, not only am I an art teacher, I'm an art teacher that teaches elementary kids. I like to have a variety of crayons. So here's a 64 pack with a crayon sharpener, which sometimes I do use, I'm not gonna lie. These are supposedly washable crayons. These are usually the crayons you guys get for your classroom. There are construction paper crayons. Now, construction paper crayons are very interesting because they have extra pigment. They'll show up on dark paper, which is oh so cool. And I also have these metallic FX. So these are metallic colors. They also show up on black paper. It's pretty awesome. And they're shiny. And then I got some cheap IKEA crayons. These are, they're okay. These are thicker. You can get crayons that are thick. You can get crayons that are thin. Some people like thick. Some people like thin. Sometimes I have students that have issues holding or gripping things, so sometimes having a bigger crayon is better. Other times you want to cover a large amount of space. So that's why I like thick crayons. So we're going to test some of these crayons. So the first crayons I'm going to use are going to be these IKEA crayons, because I have this notion that they are not going to be that great. I like to use, now you have a point, and then you have the back of the crayon. A lot of people just automatically use the point to color things in. I will use the point in places that are hard to get in. Otherwise, I flip my crayon over and I will cover with the back side. So this is red. This is your general, everyday red. And what you're going to notice, maybe you'll notice it, I don't know. So I'm going to do a couple things. First thing I'm going to do with my color is I'm going to pick two colors, and I'm going to use red for all of my testing. So these are the cheapy crayons. They would probably be a lot like crayons that you would get like if you've ever gone to a restaurant, and sometimes like they have like a little coloring placemat for you guys when you're bored, because you know when we're waiting for our food we get bored, and you're sitting there and you're like, what should I do? So you color things in. Then we're going to do a gradient. That means we're going to go from one color to another. So we're going to start out red, and I'm going to pick another color to go to. So red. Red is a primary color, as all of you now know. So if I mix red with another color, maybe I'm going to mix it with blue. Here's a nice blue. It's a dark blue. Not bad. Again, I'm gonna flip it around. Now I do a technique where I put a lot of color down, or I try to. I try to color in the lines. That's why I put the lines there. Sometimes you don't want to. That depends on your style, but for this case, I want to stay in the lines. Now, what color do we make when we mix red and blue? Purple. So, in theory, if I go over where some of the red is, you're going to notice some purple action. That's what I was going for. This was planned because I want to show how the colors mix. Okay. So these are your cheapy crayons. These are the crayons that you probably get free. These would be dollar store type crayons. The next kind of crayon we're going to look at, Crayolas. Boom. Where's some red? Now I have a variety of colors here. I'd probably be better off just going in here. Red. These are older. They got like schmutz on them. Is this red? No, that's red violet. I want red. Where's red? Red orange. What the? Red violet. Am I actually missing red? How is that possible? Oh, here we go. This is the actual color I wanted. So right away, this is a better representation of red. You can see already, Crayola makes a pretty good product. Lots, very red. Nice. Now I'm going to do the gradient. So I'm going to go from red to blue. And I'm going to be darker over at this end. Notice I flipped my crayon around. Very red. In reality, if I was going to try to mix colors and blend them evenly, I wouldn't just pick, this is just straight up red, tomato red, fire engine red. I don't know how well this is going to do making purple, so I keep it simple. Here's the blue. Again, you can see already, this is blue, has more pigment, it's a bluer blue. Put that blue down. Yes, I make sounds when I draw. Though, if I was actually blending colors, I wouldn't have picked these two. Some colors are better for blending, and some are not. I probably would have picked a red violet to make purple and a blue violet and mixed them, because you can see we're getting some muddy colors here. So in actuality, these colors mix better, because I think this red is more violet-y. It's a cooler red. This is a hot red. It's like a tomato. Made kind of a dark color. So you can see that got kind of muddy, where this is more purple. So, all right. Let's see how these fancy schmancy crayons turn out. So I'm gonna go with this red. This red, which is already a little cooler. There's actually two reds, but this one has a lot more pigment. So when I put this down, I was thinking about getting myself a new pack of these with more colors. I do like this. Boom. And then I need to mix it with a blue. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, gotta put the color down here. More color. So you'll notice as I put more and more color down, there's less white showing through, and that's really what you want. And because this one has the most pigment, I can really put a lot of color down. So now I'm going to move on to the blue. Now there's, this is like a blue violet. Remember what I was saying before? This is so there's like a blue, there's like a more of a turquoise blue, like a blue green, and that blue would be used to make greens. This particular blue, fix my camera. This particular blue is a blue violet, so when I mix it, in theory, it's gonna make it nice, and you can see it already. It's more purpley. Gotta get more color down. That is not enough color. So you can see there's a lot of white showing through. Even though I put down quite a bit of crayon, there's a lot of wax, there's a lot of junk in this crayon. This one's not bad. This is the Crayola. I think I would have chose some different colors to make the purple if I'm blending. And of course, these are the high-end colors, and you'll notice, look at how they cover. This one I have to go over more, this color, this right here, but you can see it puts down a whole lot of color. Pigment, color. Very important. So, what does that mean? What does that even mean? It means that when you are using crayons, you want to think about the amount of pigment. Now, this is not something I would necessarily recommend for you guys to go out and purchase, but if you want to have a better quality, go with the Crayolas, and if you really want to have a good amount of pigment, you could also invest in some of these construction paper crayons. They put down a lot of pigment. However, you got to be careful, because it gets a little expensive, but you can see right here, I can make some green. And they don't have all the colors. Like you get this set, I did not have a black with this. I don't have a brown, but look at that green. That's pretty awesome. And I made that with crayons. I made it with crayons, people. I made it with, yes, my dog was excited because I made green with crayons. So you can mix colors with crayons. Bandit! And make new colors. Bandit! Lay down! Hey! Yo! Lay down. Yeah, nobody's there. So you can mix colors with crayons and put it down. Thank you. Have a great day.